Take their place now here in the 4x800 meter relay.
And it's very possible when it's all said and done that Gulf and Bay High School may be pushed back out of a podium spot, because we're going to have three teams from that first section, Lincoln Park Academy, Merritt Island, and Bishop Barrow, score some points. There we go, section one of the boys 4x8.
Best seating time coming in by American Heritage at 8:14.85. Next best time by Nature Coast of Brooksville. And they will be in lanes 5 and 6 respectively. We'll set the lanes for you here in this first section of the boys 4x800 meter relay. And as the runners take their place, let's set the lanes for you. In lane 2. Lane 2 will be South Walton. In lane 3, West Florida. In lane 4, Satellite. American Heritage in lane 5. Nature Coast in lane 6. Lake Wells in lane 7. And the Bowles High School from here in Jacksonville is in lane 8. That looked like Terrence Gibson for American Heritage, a freshman. That will be running first for American Heritage.
Well, we'll notice that not on the heat sheets, but in this first section is Eastside High School. So we're off with the boys 4x8.
And I guess Eastside is in lane 9. Is that correct, Dr. Bob?
Yes, Eastside will be in lane 9, and we'll run down the story with Eastside High School here as the boys make the break here in just a little bit. Very interesting story this last week. Last week at the regional meet, Eastside High School was disqualified for a zone violation. It was really a misinterpretation and a judgment call. The ruling being that the exchange of the baton needs to happen in the zone, and the rule was made that it was outside. The video and photo evidence clearly showed that it was not.
Okay.
The coaches and administration made their plea to the FHSAA, and Dr. Deering made a command decision, overturned that ruling, and Eastside is now able to compete. And that is the story. So they get a chance to compete at the state level. As they come through pretty darn quick, right around 59 seconds.
American Heritage actually in second right now.
So the fastest time in the state is Lake Nona at 8:01.97. And the fastest time, regardless of classification, Lake Brantley throwing down that 7:49 the other night. And the fastest time in the nation for the boys, 7:44, Centennial out of Nevada.
That's West Florida and Hunter Sport, a senior, out in front right now. American Heritage is second. Torrance Gibson, the freshman. Eastside has moved into third place.
And that's James Davis handing off for Eastside. James Davis, one of the FHSAA academic all-state team members. One of 24 people announced this past week. A good leg for him. He also competed in the National Ocean Science Bowl, where he placed third. His team placed third. And he is #1 in his class there at Eastside. So good to see James Davis down, getting a good leg in for his team as they're able to compete here today.
Lincoln Park Academy, Bishop Kenny, Bishop Orr, Ransom Everglades, and American Heritage. Again, will you girls please report to the awards podium? Thank you.
Alec Clark out in front, a junior for West Florida, but right behind him is Kari Herbert, a junior from American Heritage. East side still in third.
Well, it looks like American Heritage just about ready to pounce as we get to 300 meters to go. Expect to see him move up on the right-hand shoulder and maybe try and make a bid and take the lead as they go into the final turn. Always easier to make that lead change if you're going to try and challenge down the backstretch before you go into the turn. These guys have 200 meters to go on this leg. Running time 3:29. As I look down at one of the all-time greats, Billy Convey, right down in front of the grandstand enjoying this boys 4x8. So American Heritage now. Moving
Lake
up.
Wales currently in fourth.
And Eastside hanging tough here, right around 4 minutes flat. So these guys are averaging right around 8-minute pace, right around 2 minutes per leg. And they are flying down the backstretch, getting out really, really fast on this leg.
Janetta Williams, Tia Bass, Jane Carter, Sharonda Bryant, Victoria Raymond, and Keisha Brady. Leading the boys 4x8 is
Out in front for West Florida is Mark Sortino, a sophomore.
So West Florida doing very, very good in American Heritage coming in. These guys are averaging right around 2 minutes flat. So that would be a really good time. Anything under about 8:06, I think, today is probably going to be able to score some points with Section 2 coming up. And it's good to see Eastside holding on to third. You know, you've got to be able to root for the underdog sometime, and the fact that they're in this race, able to compete, especially for the seniors that may not get a chance again to ever compete at the FHSAA level, really special, and they're hanging tough in third. As they come off the stretch here, West Florida looking pretty good. American Heritage hanging on to second with Eastside in third.
Right behind Sortino of West Florida, that's Joseph Rodriguez, a senior for American Heritage.
Still averaging right around 2 minutes a leg. This is going to be fairly quick. 4x8 in Section 1. American Heritage only about 2.5 seconds back now. Can American Heritage close that gap on West Florida?
This is West Florida, followed by American Heritage.
West Florida only going 8:21 out of the regional meet last week. So this is going to be really a step up for them. They've already gone 8:04 this year at some point. Looks like back in April the 7th, they challenged up to the Mobile Challenge and was able to throw down an 8:04.82. So West Florida pretty much on pace, right? Maybe just a little bit ahead of that 8:04 right now with the last leg on the track. I think it's going to come down to the last 400 meters, Mike. West Florida, American Heritage, Eastside. They're 50 meters back. They're hoping to hold on to that third spot, and they're looking pretty comfortable right now. Still another right around 60-second lap, so it's going to be right around maybe sub-8 for West Florida and American Heritage.
And Bowles in fourth place now. James Cherry, a senior. Meanwhile, out in front, Marcus Slade for West Florida, also a senior. Jonathan Barrett of American Heritage, a senior as well.
250 meters to go. Who's going to want it more? If you're running at this point in the race, you're thinking, I need to hold on to the inside rail. And if you're American Heritage, you don't want to get stuck on the outside. You're going to want to make that move early or coming off the final turn. So right now he's just tucked off the right-hand shoulder, maybe getting set up for that one last final sprint up the straightaway. He's looking pretty good compared to the West Florida runner. And America here.
Oh, no.
You know, we talked about that yesterday. That railing is really, really something that a lot of these runners are not used to, especially when you get tired. And he may have caught a cleat. American Heritage is going to win it right around 8:04. So that last lap, right around 63 seconds. Eastside will grab second and holding on for third. And I hope he's okay. The runner from West Florida taking the rail. And what a good battle for fourth place. Fourth and fifth.
Nature Coast going to get fourth place with a time of 8:17.46. Meanwhile, the Bowl School from here in Jacksonville with a time of 8:17.65. Just got a feel for Marcus Slade, though, just as you mentioned, getting a little close to the rail.
Yeah, and that looked, you know, really kind of dangerous the way he went down. Luckily, he was able to pick himself back up. I'm not exactly sure what the ruling will be on that. We'll have to see what the officials decide. But how about Eastside? Getting a chance to compete. You know, they move up into second because of the fall by the West Florida runner, but they throw down an 8:07.39 today, which is a PR this season of a Brown.